Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to look into ApplyMap. So, what is ApplyMap? So, ApplyMap is a type of mapping that is used to look up one value to another value. Let's say, for an example, I open an Excel file and I show you a live example about what I actually trying to explain. So I'll say employee ID. Okay, salary. Okay, and over to here, let's say I have another table called as again employee ID, and let's say name. Okay, so I'm going to say 1 2 3 4 5, and I'm going to say A B C D E. Okay, now I want salary against this employee, but let's say some of the employee will have or can have their salary repeated, but the salary amount is also different, but you only want to show, let's say, the first iteration of the salary. Okay, there is no condition of what was the salary last year or something like that. Okay, you just want the distinct salary over here. Okay, employee salary. What you will do is you can do a VLOOKUP in Excel. So you for VLOOKUP, what you can do is over here, I am just going to enlarge it. I'm going to write equal to VLOOKUP. Okay, now what you want to look up, so this is the key that I want to look up, and from where you want to look up the whole column or the whole data. So let's say this is my whole data that I want to look up from. Okay, and as the whole data is selected, I am going to say I want the first value, and if it is false, then give me 1,0. Now as you can see, it is giving me the IDs, the first column. Okay, because I actually told him the first column. Now in VLOOKUP, I am going to say I don't want the first column, you give me the second column. Now I am getting the second column, but as you can see, I am getting the first iteration of these two values. I am not getting these. This is because in VLOOKUP you can only get the first iteration of these values. Let's say 4 and 5 is repeated again. Okay, and I do this. As you can see, I can only see the first iteration value. This is the exact same what ApplyMap does in Qlik Sense. Okay, so to create ApplyMap or give you an example, I have a base data where I have the joining date, month and department and the employee name, and I have a similar example for employee name and the salary. So as you can see, these two names I have repeated it. Okay, with a different salary. So if I actually do a distinct load also over here, if I do a distinct load also, it will not work. So because the value is different. Okay, so if I just load this data, and I'll say employee name, let's say department, and from salary I'll say the salary. As you can see, these two names are coming twice. Okay, so I just want the first iteration of these values. What you are going to do is, the first keyword what you are going to apply is mapping. Okay, so you are going to add mapping. So whatever your load statement, it doesn't matter, but the rule of mapping load is only two columns. So first column should be the key and another column should be the value. This is the first rule of mapping load, and you have to keep this in mind. This is a very important concept, and you are going to use this, I don't know, 100 or 1000 of time in your whole career. If you don't know ApplyMap, you don't know anything in backend. So ApplyMap is a very important subject. Mapping load will only consider, or it will only work when there is only two columns. First column should be the key where you are going to map it, or you are going to basically try to search it via key to key. Okay, so the key from salary master is employee name, and from base data is again employee name. Okay, these two are my key, and this should be the value that I want to bring it over here. I am not doing a left join or something like that. Okay, if you do a left join, the same data will be repeated over here, so that is technically wrong. So what I am going to do is, over here I am going to say load all these columns with a new column called salary. Now I am going to add the brackets here, because of the brackets it will not work. Okay, and over here I am going to say as, and what we are going to do is apply map. So I am going to say apply map, and as you can see, it is telling me apply mapping name. So map name means it is asking for you for the table name. So what is the table name? This is my table name. You need to make sure that the table name is unique and the column name is unique as well. Okay, and what is the second parameter? Second parameter is the expression that you want to get. So expression can be a column name. So this is my column name, like this. Okay, you need to have a comma, and if it doesn't match, if there is some value which does not matches what you want to give, I am going to say NA for now, and I am going to add a junk value which is not present in the upper table. Okay, instead of null it will give you an NA. So I am going to show you how you get the null also. So over to here I am going to say let's say admin. Okay, and I'm going to leave all the columns blank, and let's reload the data. Let's go to the sheet. As you can see, for admin now I have salary NA, and for Mr. Jayesh and Harsh I have only the first iteration value. So when you do a sum of salary, now you have 0 for admin also. Okay, let's say you want to bring in null. So very simply what you can do is, instead of NA you can write null like this, and you will have that null value over there. Automatically that null will be converted to 0 if you are going to sum it. Okay, if you are not going to sum it, you are just going to add it as a dimension or something like that, then it will come as null.